Hello children, I am Dr. Urvashi. Welcome to the Science e-learning module class 5 Food and Nutrition part 2. Children, in the last session we have studied about how plants germinate. In this session we are going to study about dispersal of seeds, reproduction from body parts of plant, crops and their types, crop protection and management, and summary. Children, will see first what is dispersal of seeds. Dispersal of seeds is a process of scattering of seeds to other places. This is an important factor which will promote in the growth of the population of plants and trees. There are 4 natural agents which will promote to the dispersal of the seeds. And what are these natural agents? Wind, water, birds and animals, and explosion. These 4 factors or natural agents will allow the dispersal of the seeds. Children, we can see the examples here. Seeds such as cotton and madar seeds, they disperse from one place to another because they are lightweight and they transfer from wind. See here, coconut and lotus, these plants and trees, their seeds are dispersed by running water. The plants growing near to water, so they use the running water mode for their dispersal of seeds. Birds and animals play an important role in dispersal of seeds. Many birds and animals visit the plant and trees, they eat the fruit and they scatter the seeds in many places. Explosion in plants like pea plant and ladyfinger plant. When a seed gets mature, it explodes and the seeds are scattered in many places. So wind, running water, birds and animals, and explosion, these are the modes of dispersal of seeds. Children, in the last class we studied about how plants are grown from seeds. So other than the seeds, what are the other parts of the plant from which a plant can grow? There are 4 main parts. Those are underground stems, roots, leaves, and stem cuttings. Potato and ginger, they are the underground stems which can grow into a new plant. Carrot and radish, they are roots. They can grow into a new plant when they have favorable conditions such as moist soil. Then bryophyllum, it has buds at the margin and those buds can grow into a new plant. In plants such as rose and hibiscus, when we cut their stems and try to grow them in the soil, they grow into an individual plant. Let us see now the picture here. This is potato. It has stored food in it, which is fleshy, and you can see that it can grow into an individual plant. Here you can see carrot, which is sown in the soil and which grows into a new plant. It also has stored food in it. You can see here leaf buds, which are responsible for the growth of a new plant. When these leaves are fallen in the moist soil, they grow into new plants. You can see the stem cuttings of rose here, and these stems can grow into a new plant. Children, we know that India is a land of agriculture and many crops are grown in India. So first, what is a crop? A crop is a plant that is cultivated or grown on a large scale. You can see here, same type of plants are grown in a large area. So there are 2 main crops grown in India. There are many crops such as food crops, commercial crops, plantation crops, horticulture crops. But in this session, we are going to study only about kharif crops and rabi crops. Children, now what is the difference between kharif crops and rabi crops? The classification of crops is based upon the seasons which they are grown. Kharif crops, they are grown in the monsoon season around June and harvested by September or October. Whereas Rabi crops, they are grown during the winter season, that is from October to March. Examples of Kharif crops are rice, maize, bajra, ragi, soybean, groundnut, cotton. These are all Kharif crops. Wheat, barley, mustard and green peas, these are all Rabi crops. So these are the major crops grown in India, Kharif crops and Rabi crops. Children, after the growth of the plant, it is very essential to manage these crops. Farmers play an important role in production of crops, and they also face a lot of problems during their agriculture. So what is crop protection and management? It is a general practice of managing, improving and protecting crops from pests and plant diseases. So what are the problems faced by farmers, children? So there are many factors. First one is if the plants do not get proper manure and fertilizer, the plant cannot grow properly. So to overcome that, fertilizers such as NPK, that is nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium, and manure can be added to the soil, which will improve the plant growth. And another factor which affects the growth of the plant is pests. What are these pests? They are nothing but they are animals and insects which destroys the crop. So to overcome them, we can spray pesticides and insecticides to the crops so that the pests and the insects will die. And some unwanted plants, those are called as weeds, those grow in the farm. They can be removed by spraying weedicides, or manually we can remove those weeds. So, and after that, how to store these crops? There are specific places where these crops can be stored. They are stored in godowns. They are stored in an isolated places, in jute bags, gunny bags, and they are given chemical treatment so that they are not affected by any bacteria or fungus or any insect. See children, crop protection and management leads to economic growth of the country. So this is one of the important and crucial part of agriculture. Children, we saw that seeds germinate into a new plant. Other than the seed, we saw that other parts of the plant, that is underground stem, roots, leaves and stem cuttings, these are the other parts of the plant from which a new individual plant can grow. We saw how seeds are dispersed by the natural agents, air, water, birds, animals and explosion. These natural agents play an important role for dispersion of seeds, and this will help in the growth of the population of a specific plant or a specific variety of trees. Children, we saw that in India we see that there are two major crops, that is Rabi crop and Kharif crops. They are classified depending on the season which they are grown, and we saw that how crop protection and management is important. If we manage it properly, we can get good yield. The farmers will get a good yield. Children, I think you have understood the lesson properly, and we will meet in the next session. Thank you very much.